todos. Welcome to another Facebook Live here at the Spoken Learning Facebook page. Today I am bringing you a topic that's very interesting. If you're practicing your Spanish already, or if you're already involved on some classes, I think that this topic can be helpful for you to get better at your listening skills. So, as you can see in the title, today I have three podcasts for you to help you get better at your Spanish. But before we start, please remember that in spoken learning we provide private lessons and we teach childs and adults starting 3 years old and up. So if you want to learn, get better, just practice, or are you interested on the culture, please call or text 832-413-3166 so you can schedule a private lesson with us. And now we're good to start. Muy bien. Okay, so I have three podcasts for you to practice your Spanish. Okay. Why is it good to listen a podcast? Usually, when we are like in classes or in school or we just are learning, we focus more on the writing skills, maybe some vocabulary words. But I think a big mistake that we all commit when we are learning a new language is that we never get to really practice the language in a real environment. And what podcasts do is that since some of them are of topics that are not just the school topics, the language become more real. So that's why I recommend my students to listen to a podcast so they can get used to the language, get used to the sounds, get used to the topics that we speak, get used to a lot of things that we normally use in our day-to-day Spanish speaking. So the first one is Let's Speak Spanish. Okay, this is by a school that made this podcast, and the cool thing about this one is that this podcast is based on a 24 level Spanish learning thing that they have, and they have like the normal levels that we usually know, like A1, A2, B1, B2, blah blah blah. But what they do is that they make these levels into a little bit smaller levels. So in this case, you can find like topics from each level, but even smaller for, I don't know if this makes sense, but yeah. So this is really cool. This podcast has topics like grammar, greetings, and some things that are useful for us to understand Spanish better. Okay. Then we have Notes in Spanish. I really like this one because it goes from like level 0 to level C2, which is like the most advanced one. And in this podcast, you'll find a lot of information. I mean, the hosts are three guys that are from England, and I don't remember the other places. But what they do is that they speak about things that we are used to talking, like usually they talk about politics, they talk about situations that are happening day to day. And the cool thing is that this podcast is divided in like easy, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So you can like get to choose the level that fits better to you. Uh, so yeah, this is a great way to improve, and this is a great way to find the different accents on the people that has not Spanish as their first language. Okay. And the third one would be the Duolingo podcast. I really love this podcast, and the best thing is that they have transcriptions. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you that podcast number one has transcriptions for free. Podcast number two also have transcriptions, but they are not for free. But transcriptions and listening to the podcast is always a great way to get used to what's happening on the podcast, because usually Spanish tends to be a little hard to comprehend. So yeah, it's a great tool. So it's a great way to improve. Okay. And this Duolingo podcast, it's really cool because this is a podcast that tells stories about real people. This is basically notes from the papers. Like, yeah, it tells stories about people that's real, and they just tell us what's happened with them, but they mix Spanish and English, so you can like understand better what's going on there. This is a very interesting one. I like to use this one also. I like to hear, sorry, this one and in English because they have like really interesting histories that can help that help us to get a new and a better perspective of the world. So if you're interested in that, this is a really great tool. This is also from beginners to advanced people, and I know that A2 might not be that beginner, but if you are intrepidous and you like to try new things, I think that you can go with this one so you can see what's in there. Also, since it has English subtitles, it's a fantastic way to see what's going on and to try to understand. My advice is that if you feel that you are very comfortable in a level, you move on a little bit more, just so you can challenge yourself but not like drain yourself because you don't understand nothing. So for example, if you are in level A1 and you feel confident in your level A1, then you can move on a little bit to level A2 or pre A2. I don't know, it's like the middle in between A1 and A2, and then you can try to understand a little bit more. That's a great way to improve. Okay, so these are all the podcasts that I have for you today. I hope that they can be helpful. I think that podcasts are a really great tool because we usually forget how to listen. And whenever we are like in a real life situation with the language, it's kind of hard or shocking for us. So this is a great way to train ourselves to try to understand what's going on. I hope that this is helpful, and please don't forget that we provide private lessons and we teach children and adults starting 3 years old and up. So please call or text 832-413-3166 so you can schedule a trial lesson with us. That will be it for today. I hope that you have a great day, a weekend almost. And yeah, that will be it. See you next time.